What's the most outrageous thing a hotel has ever tried to charge you for? 3 weeks after the most boring business trip of my life, I woke up to a $6,000 charge on my credit card for allegedly flooding an entire wing of the hotel. The trip had been nothing but conference rooms and bad coffee, with me spending so little time in my room that housekeeping probably forgot I existed since I kept a do not disturb sign up the entire stay. My credit card app started pinging like crazy during breakfast, showing a pending charge that made me choke on my eggs. $6,000 from a hotel I'd stayed at 3 weeks ago, tagged as damage recovery and restoration fees, with a reference number that meant nothing to me. My hands were shaking as I called the number on the receipt I'd luckily saved, and after being transferred twice, a smooth voice answered, "This is Gregory, general manager. How may I assist you today?" When I explained I was calling about an incorrect charge to my account, his tone immediately shifted to something practiced and condescending. "Ah yes, Suite 514. I've been reviewing your file this morning, actually." I asked how damage that severe could possibly go unnoticed for 3 weeks until suddenly appearing. Gregory got defensive and said their investigation was thorough, and the pattern of damage clearly indicated negligence during my stay. "This level of destruction doesn't happen accidentally, sir, and attempting to flee the scene of major property damage is exactly why we keep credit cards on file for situations like these." Here's what Gregory didn't know about me when he tried to pull this scam. I've been a senior insurance adjuster for 15 years, specializing exclusively in commercial water damage claims. I've investigated thousands of hotel flooding cases, written reports that have saved companies millions, and testified as an expert witness in litigation over fraudulent damage claims. That weekend, I drove 4 hours back with my full investigation kit. The nervous desk clerk handed me a key after calling Gregory, who apparently approved my request to photograph the damage for my insurance company. The moment I walked into that bathroom, everything about their story fell apart. Water stains on the ceiling had been painted over multiple times, with bubbling that indicated years of recurring leaks from above. My moisture meter went crazy near the ceiling, but showed normal readings everywhere else. Behind the toilet access panel, I found corroded pipes coming down from the 6th floor with amateur solder patches that looked like someone had been slapping band-aids on a severed artery. I knocked on the door of 614 directly above, where a young couple answered looking exhausted. When I explained why I was there, the woman practically exploded with relief. "Oh my god, is this about the leak? We checked in 2 days ago, and the bathroom has been dripping non-stop, and when we complained, they said it was just condensation from the air conditioning, but water is literally pooling on the floor every few hours." Everything clicked into place when I found Luis from maintenance downstairs. He pulled up 2 years' worth of work orders on his phone showing constant leak complaints from the 6th floor. Management kept denying the replumbing requests because it would mean shutting down an entire floor for a week. Luis shook his head and told me they'd been billing guests for this same water damage at least 3 times that he knew about. I called Gregory from the lobby and put him on speaker. Before he could start his spiel, I cut him off. "Gregory, I just completed a professional water damage assessment that proves the flooding originated from Suite 614, not 514 where I stayed. Your maintenance staff has been covering up systemic plumbing failures for 2 years. I have photographic evidence, moisture readings, thermal imaging, and witness statements." The phone went silent except for Gregory's breathing. "Since you've wasted my weekend and attempted insurance fraud, I'll be sending you my emergency consultation invoice for $3,600. You'll receive my full report documenting your hotel's negligence, the fraudulent charges against previous guests, and evidence of ongoing safety violations. I suggest you check with legal before responding." 24 hours later, I received an overnight package from their corporate office. Inside was an apology letter confirming all charges had been reversed, along with a check for my full consulting fee. The letter mentioned they were conducting an internal review of their maintenance procedures and leadership team. Luis texted me a month later with a photo of contractors replumbing the entire 6th floor.